everyone, welcome to Backstory Sessions. I'm your host Matt. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey everybody, it's Kat, and I want to welcome you to this episode of Backstory Sessions. I'm joined today by my co-host Matt. Hey Matt.
Hey Kat, hey everyone, how are you?
Well, we have a lot to talk about this episode.
Yeah, lots of
there's been Black Friday.
Yeah, that was just recently. We did that
and we
episode.
made a list, we give the people the ideas for their shopping.
Yeah.
I've seen a million other things that I wanted to put on my list after that.
Well, I mean, how could you beat the, what was it, the light up chopstick?
The lightsaber chopstick.
Yes, lightsaber, yes, yeah.
Well, I have not probably beat that, but I have seen a lot of items. In fact, I did have to post one because it was the little Funko, miniatures from The Office. And
oh yeah, the bobblehead things.
Yeah, it's a mystery. So it's I don't know, we call them grab bags. I know some people call them blind bags, but what did you call them?
I don't know. Grab bag, I guess.
Yeah, so anyway, you don't know which one you're getting. Like when you get the box, it's so cute and it's got all the characters, and you open it and then it's like a black bag, so you still don't know who you have. I mean, it's played out pretty long there. And then you open it and you pull out your little person, and I got Michael Scott.
Okay.
And I'm so happy for that because I just I love that show, and Michael's a boss, and I'm a boss.
Right, yeah, that's true.
We're probably about the same level. You used to talk about scared at how much people love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said. But at any rate, then there's Thanksgiving, and that has passed, and
yeah, I'm still eating leftovers.
Yeah, I did see ads today. If you're tired of leftovers, KFC has some skills for you. However, that brings me to the next topic of the mystery meats. We're getting ready to do our Christmas show. Actually, it's actually 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
From today.
Yeah, time's flying.
Yeah, well, we have a rooster in that play, like one of the characters.
Yeah.
So we don't really eat chicken or.
Oh yeah.
Talk about that because of Chuckins.
Right. Yeah.
What a cute name, He really was named Chuck, and then I guess just like a play on the word of chickens. He's named Chuck, so now he's Chuckins.
Got it.
Yeah,
So another thing going on with mystery meats is the what is this?
Yes, so the 606.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a entrepreneur thing where. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, so it's in Best 606, and 606 is the area code for a lot of Eastern Kentucky.
Right.
So in order to apply for this, you have to be a business in the 606.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's an extensive application process of a really long application form with thought-provoking questions and about your business, and then a video, and then you wait.
You had to submit the application and the video.
So the video gets submitted with the application.
Okay, got it.
And, then you wait, depending on at what point in the application process, the deadline. Like I was pretty close to the deadline when I even found out about it. So I didn't have to wait as long as, some others
Right.
that had applied early on. But so Mystery Meats was chosen to be one of the finalists to do the pitch.
Wow.
And this is an amazing program for businesses. Um, for one, it gives you a lot of support, like a network of. So we will be the fifth cohort. So the four other cohorts before us, we will get to meet some of those entrepreneurs and learn from what they have learned from their business over the years.
Okay.
And so that's one benefit is networking and gaining knowledge. But there's also trainings and there's funds available to help you with advertising
Mm-hmm.
and getting bookkeeping set up, and just a lot of things like that really are so important to businesses. But you get to go to after 6 months, so you have to earn points during the 6 months by completing workshops and visiting places that help you to learn more about business or your business, those kinds of things,
Okay.
which are all very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
um, but if you get enough points by doing those activities, then you get to do a pitch, and this will be done live. Um, and all the competitors will be there doing their pitch, one right after the other.
Mm-hmm.
And if your business wins, you get $15,000.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that could make such a difference
Yeah.
in mystery meats. And I'm sure with all the small businesses, it really could be, a life changer. And in some cases, it really could be the difference between surviving or not
Sure.
in business. But certainly, I don't know what the percentage is off the top of my head of businesses that don't make it past, let's say, 1 year or whatever, maybe even less. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this certainly gives you a lot of resources to, make the odds on your side a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. Having access to money and things like that, and mentorship and things like that are
Yeah.
always good. So.
And you don't feel, so isolated, like you're making new, um, just networking,
Sure.
so you find that other people may have a solution for a problem that you've encountered, even if they have a totally, like, there's no one else in the cohort that was doing mobile mystery dinner theater.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's not surprising, really, because we kind of cornered the market on that. But there could be like website design,
Right.
accounting, like all of those things, are common
Yep.
topics for businesses. So it's just really good to have some other people that you get to know and get to experience the process with and exchange ideas with. That was really, so we've had the kickoff, and everybody was introduced, and we had photos made, and
Mm-hmm.
all of that, so they can promote. And now that's out. I wanted, I was like bursting at the seams to tell everyone, but we were not allowed to yet. So, we are the first for Knox County, um, and that, first in Knox, trying to represent and make Knox County proud of us.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
So
right. So when is this pitch thing?
So there's a pre-pitch that will be in February.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's scheduled to be at Hazard, Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
And then April, so late April, will be the final pitch. And that is scheduled to be in Pikeville right now, but we were told that, that location is subject to change. So
Mm.
we're not sure yet if that definitely will be the site. But yeah, so it's almost December, so I have definitely been taking advantage of, the opportunities already and thinking about a lot of things to do with business. And also, so this is, where you can come in as well to this picture is that, I was able to attend the Kentucky Theater Association, and
Right.
we've talked about that and Roots of the Bluegrass a little. Um, but that also is, that's a chance to meet playwrights, talk about plays, hear readings, workshops, high school theater, community theater. Like, that's where you want to go if you are at all interested in theater. So, it was in Pikeville, kind of strange, if the pitch is
Yeah.
there
Beautiful
too,
downtown
but
Pikeville.
yeah, well, so now we can talk about that too because you were able to win in second place in two categories
That's right, I
at
did,
Roots
yeah.
of the Bluegrass. So
Yep.
a full length and then also a one act. So congratulations on that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Um,
Yeah, I love the readings are so interesting. There's a lot of good plays this year.
yeah, there were for sure. The readers did a great job too. So, uh,
Yes, exceptional readers. So that was a great experience, and I just am really excited when I hear new plays, yours included. It's just it's very refreshing to just it's amazing to me that there's so many ideas, like with all the people in the world, there's still like new ideas, new spins, new ways of
yeah,
approaching topics that make plays so unique and interesting.
yeah, it was. It was a good experience. Couple more plaques for the wall, and I'm happy. So,
Yeah, some great photos there too. So, I just I'm just really proud of you and all the playwrights that entered and the playwrights that the judges have said that this was a really hard year to judge because there were a record number of entries and the quality of the scripts were so good that it made it really hard to narrow it down to just the top three.
yeah. I don't know how many people entered in the categories that I was in, but I
A
had to come in
lot.
second. Huh?
Yeah, there were a lot. There were a lot in every category,
Yeah.
really.
Well, to win, in two categories, to me is pretty interesting. Um,
I think you were the only one that did that this year.
yeah. Well, leave it to me.
Leave it to you. Well, and there were a good number of the playwrights that actually did show up too for the event. Because, for listeners, like the playwrights are from all over the state, and so Pikeville is in eastern Kentucky. So a lot of people did have to drive several hours to be there.
Yeah, I drove a few.
Yeah, so I think that just shows how important it is to playwrights to be recognized and also how much they enjoy having their work um read for an audience and just to see the response. And did you get any response after it was over? Were people talking to you about your work?
Yeah, a few came up to me and, had some interesting comments about how one, one was sort of a trial, and somebody who I guess he had taken a couple years of law school, um, he came up to me and said that it was very realistic, the dialogue for that part of it. So
Awesome. And you just must be very proud. And so
yeah, one of the readers, the other play, the full length was, or I'm sorry, the no, not the full length, the other one there, the one
in
act.
color, your one act.
Yeah, she was one of the readers, and she was telling. So the play was about a guy who has PTSD, and she was telling me that reading the play kind of made her tear up because her father or uncle or somebody has PTSD, and she could relate to some of that. So
Wow.
yeah, it's interesting.
It's always great, when you're able to reach people
Yeah.
through the art, through your writing, through your performance, whatever aspect of the arts that you use. But, we just had a lot of amazing things happening recently, and I'm glad that we can finally talk about them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's pretty cool. So, speaking of performing, our guest this week is a uh,
Yeah,
songwriter.
she is from Kentucky too.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that through her music and her songwriting, that she has also had these experiences of, writing about uh, something that people can relate to. And I'm sure there's probably been a lot of people come up to her and say, you know, like, this song really touched me, or I could relate to this because.
Right.
And yeah,
So,
so
so I remember we were going to interview her quite a while ago, but for some reason it didn't happen. But uh,
college is the reason, because
oh,
she is
that's her.
graduating from college, as we speak, basically.
Yeah, so I think what? Either she has graduated or she's going to in the next couple of weeks or
Yes,
something.
in this month of December.
Mm,
So
is it December? No, it's not yet.
it's not December yet, but next week it will be. So
Right, yeah.
she is either finishing finals, or she's so close to the stage now.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what her plans are beyond that.
I know. Well, I think it's great that even though she has musical aspirations, that she also, went on and finished her degree, and we'll find out what that's in. And, is it totally different than music, or related to music? I mean, I don't know, but we will be finding out.
Yep. Well, let's get to the interview and find out what Savannah has to say.
All right. Savannah, welcome to Backstory Sessions. We are so excited to have you as our guest today.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me.
So you're a singer-songwriter. Which came first for you?
Singing came first for me. I developed my songwriting skills, I think, from through love of listening through other artists and playing, but they followed shortly after, just me writing about my life experiences and, my day. That's how it all started.
So singing came first. Like, what age do you remember singing the first song?
Well, I have a vivid memory of me sitting in the back seat of my mom's car and her playing like CCR and stuff, and I would just sing along at the top of my lungs. And then I would just put on shows for them here at the house. I'd find karaoke versions of songs and start singing. I think I was around maybe 6 to 8 when I started doing all that.
Oh, wow. And CCR, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My,
Was
my
your,
mom
did you come from a musical family or just music enjoyers?
That's what's funny. My mom and my dad can't sing at all. Um, but my grandfather, he sang in church some, and so did my dad's mom. So
All right. So, do you play instruments as well?
yes, I play the guitar. Learning how to play the fiddle right now. Not very good at it yet, though. And I actually started with the piano as the instrument I started with.
Awesome. So, where did you grow up?
I've been born and raised here in Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm hoping that my musical ventures will take me elsewhere just so I can broaden my horizons and stuff. But yeah, I'm currently in Georgetown, Kentucky.
So, what was it like in the music scene in Georgetown? Did you have a lot of opportunities to perform, contests, school events, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I would always participate in the talent shows at school. I remember me and my mom would go to different venues, and when I was underage, it's hard to sing at certain places when you're not 21 yet. But I started. There was this local venue that allowed me to sing there when I was 17, starting, and I sing there every Thursday, Tipsy Cow, and I think that really helped me out, and it helped other people hear me and get interested in what I was doing and what I had to offer, and then it kind of went from there.
So, when did you realize that you had a talent with music?
Um, I think I enjoyed it so much that I never really thought of it like that. Like I was like, oh, I just enjoy doing this. It's just one of like the things that I love to do. And I think it really just took like people coming up to me like, oh my goodness, like who are you? For me to actually be like, wow, could I actually do this for a living?
Um, and so what is it like when you were going to school and you loved music so much and you're just starting to realize that, people really like you. Did you then like share with any of your friends, like, this is what I want to be, this is what I'm going to do?
Yeah, I think the first thing I wanted to do when I was young, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a doctor. Well, you know what? I'm scared of needles anyway, so there was no way I was ever going to do that. So, but yeah, music was always my passion. Like I would participate in some of like the shows and anything to pick up my guitar. Like I was in choir. Um, so just all sorts of that kind of stuff. I definitely was very verbal about it. I think my sophomore sophomore year of high school, I think that's when I started being very vocal to my friends saying, I think that this is what I want to do right here. This is what I'm going to do.
And what was their reactions?
Oh, so many of my friends are so supportive. Some of my friends made a page. They're like, where's Savannah Dean's fan page? They would in high school, but it's not active anymore.
Well, that still must have made you feel really good.
Oh yeah, they
Or-
still to this day, like all of my friends I grew up with, they'll still come to my shows if they're close and watch me, and I sometimes make them get up there with me.
So where did the songwriting, what age did you begin with that?
Well, I think I wrote my first one freshman year of high school when I got my heart broken, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna write this song, and it's just the classic, got my heart broke, whatever. But it was 8 minutes long. I was like, shoo, I gotta work on that.
Wow.
No,
That's
it will
really
never see the
broken.
light of day. That one is just in my notes, and it is buried forever.
You're not going to do that one.
Wow. 8 minutes long. So what was the title? I have to know.
Oh, just so it was called
Or was it
Goodbye.
like
I do
really
remember that.
like the boy that broke my heart or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby's a
But no,
butthead.
I found that like songwriting is a great way for me to cope with anything in my life, not just like the negative, but also like the very happy moments in my life. It's always something that's good to write down. And I find myself sometimes like I'll be sitting at dinner and I'll just see something or like one word will just click with me and I'll have to write it in my notes because I'm like, oh, that's a song right there. I have to write that down.
So you are one of the people that has that gift of like knowing, almost like a photographer, but you would like hear something and know right off like that's a song.
I can only hope that it would be. Sometimes it takes me a while to get into writing them. Sometimes it takes, it could take a day, it could take a couple weeks. Sometimes it's 6 months before I ever finish a song.
So does it come to you mostly with hearing some lyrics, or do you find that when you hear those lyrics, like a melody pops in your head to go with it? How does
Yeah,
it?
I find myself doing both. I sometimes have my melody before I have my words, but other times it's my words before my melody. Recently I've leaned more towards having my words and having like and then creating a melody in my head before I try to write it on my guitar, just because sometimes I feel like I get stuck in certain patterns when I try to write my music first.
So you said that you started with piano. Did you start writing songs using piano as well?
That's what's funny. I actually no, I didn't. I just remember watching a commercial one day, and my mom. We paused the TV, but everyone was talking. I think it was like Thanksgiving. Might have been like 9 or 10, and I went into we called it our piano room because we just had a piano in a room, and I just started playing a song that was played on the commercial, this little riff, and so I was like, Mom and Dad were like, well, we're going to put her in lessons. Well, lessons didn't go very far because I just refused to read music and I would like to listen and watch and then play it. And they got so mad at me because I wouldn't learn the correct notes.
So you still play by ear?
Yes, that's how I like to play the piano. I mean, it would be nice to learn. I think I know a little bit more now since I'm learning more instruments, but
Right. Um, so take us from, I know that you are in college.
yeah.
So what made you like in your high school senior year, what are you thinking your future? Like, did you know always college was going to be the next step?
Yeah, I have to say yes. I went and looked at several schools. One of the ones I did look at were Belmont in Nashville because I knew that I wanted to take the music route, but I wanted to have something to fall back on in case it didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Right.
And so I was set on going there, and then I got offered a full ride to Georgetown College. So I was like, well, I can't really say no to that. So I ended up going to Georgetown College.
And so what did you major in for college?
I majored in I have 3 more weeks left, which is crazy, and I'm graduated. Um, Communications and media studies with professional media, so like all the social media and marketing. So it's in reality, it's really helped me learn how to market my music in a better way.
So I was going to ask you, I'm glad that that is the major. At first I was thinking she's not going to say, pre-med or something because, but what role does social media play in being an independent artist?
I think that I think it's very crucial in having a way to communicate to people who might not see a poster on a wall or something that you're going to be at a certain venue and where they can find you, specifically how you can tie your website into them. So you can put it in your bio and they can click on it and they can see all your dates. And honestly, it's also a way to, I feel like it's a way to get to know an artist better. I know people like only put what they want other people to see on there, but what I try to do is I try to be authentic and be myself.
And how do you decide, like, do you have a certain image that you're consciously projecting, and so you make sure all of your posts are, to your brand? Or are you more just like, I'm going to post about my day, I'm going to post about this or that?
I think, can I say a little bit of both?
Sure.
I think that when, like during the week when because the shows are usually on the weekends, and I usually start advertising like for my shows like a couple days before, like throughout that week. So those posts are more like, oh, like this is where I'm going to be, like creating a video, like something visually appealing to an audience's eye that would be like, oh, wow, we need to go watch. But also, I do like to post like pictures of my dog and my family. So,
Right. Are there certain things you don't feel comfortable in sharing from your personal life,
um,
or are you just pretty open?
I would say there's things like, I mean, certain like family relationship stuff. I don't usually put all that on my social media.
So how did you go about building your presence on social media? Did you start out, what was your first social media platform?
So I think Instagram. I'd have to say Instagram. I had like one account, and then I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to create another one for my music. And then it ended up actually growing more than my other one did. So my my mom's helped me a lot. I'm very, very thankful for my mom. You'll also find her all over my social media. She's awesome. But yeah, she's the one that she kind of advised me. She's like, we're just gonna start this music account, see how it goes. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And yeah, it kind of just went from there.
So, what was the big breakthrough moment in your career so far?
That's a good question. I think there's a couple. I'd say that there's been a couple that have just been like, maybe not breakthrough, but definitely like more eye-opening and have allowed me to make more connections. When I was 17, I did the Insta blinds for The Voice on Instagram, and my video won, and so I got to go to California and audition through again, and I ended up making it towards like the last round before television. So I didn't actually make it to the television round, but it was a great experience. I met a lot of people, and I wouldn't change that for anything. I was also 17, so I thought about doing it again, but I don't know.
So, what was that like? I mean, since you brought that up, it's very interesting. What was your video about? How did you make that?
I think my video was just me singing karaoke in my basement. And I was singing, I want to say I was singing a Johnny Cash song.
Okay.
And I don't really know. If I'm being honest, which you guys will think this is so funny, my mom is the one that posted the video. I didn't even know she did it. And then the next thing I know, I have an email from The Voice.
Did you think like maybe this is a scam or something? Or
well, she had admitted it after they chose it to be on the thing. She admitted it, but I was like, wow, that is just great. That is just a good story, Mom.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
Couldn't be too
she's
mad
my
at
number
her.
one. She's my number one supporter.
Yeah. So you flew to California,
Yeah.
um, and you met all kinds of other artists that were there as well.
Yes,
Um,
I got to sing in front of everyone that was auditioning that day, which was really it was probably one of the biggest crowds I had sing in front of at the age of 17, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so intimidated. It was a cappella on the microphone in front of everybody, and that was how they were determining who got to advance out of the three of us who made it from the Insta lines, which was it was fun though. It was fun. Everyone supported everybody and really cheered each other on.
so what was it like as far as your confidence level? Was it confidence boosting, or, um, you know, did you compare yourself to others as you were listening to everyone else, or, you know,
Yeah, I think it was a confidence boost. I was very, very nervous before we got up there to sing because there was only three of us competing against each other in front of everybody. And I mean, they are phenomenal. Like they were super good. And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous." Like, but then at the end when we all got done and everyone like clapped and stuff, and the person that was judging us told us how good we all did, it was like, wow, this was like awesome. This was like such a good experience. And I'm so happy I came. I'm so happy I got over my fear of thinking that I'm gonna mess up.
did you meet anyone that you stayed in touch with or considered collaborating with?
Um, I it's been a year or two since I've talked to the one person I ended up staying in touch with. We're actually the ones that battled each other. um, but yeah, we did a couple live Instagrams together, like videos and so forth. But he actually lives in California.
So have you co-written a song, or have you always just written by yourself?
Well, I've written all of mine by myself, but I have co-wrote for other people.
And what is that experience like for you?
Ooh, it was something different. Let me tell you, I've always been so used to writing like just my own style, like my own way, and I've always wanted to co-write with people though. And so when my one of my buddies texted me, they were like, "Hey, can we co-write? Can you help me with this song? Can we co-write it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." Um, it was since one, his male, it was different trying to write from the guy's point of view as a female, but it was a challenge, and now I'm like, heck yeah, I like this. Let's do it again.
And so what was this song about that you were writing from the male perspective?
I believe we wrote one called Mississippian on You. So it's like tying in Mississippi to missing you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a interesting play on words.
Yeah.
Do you like spend a lot of time with titles?
Um, Sometimes it's the first thing I have in my mind when I'm before I even like think of like, oh, what's the verse gonna sound like or the chorus. But I've learned that it's a little bit harder to write that way. Sometimes you're stuck on this one line. You're like, oh, it has to be this, when it honestly probably isn't gonna be that.
Well, I know that you have a song just released called "Bet on Me." Is that what you're going to play a little of for us today, or
Yeah.
a song?
Yeah. Do you all want me to play a little snippet now?
Yeah, I'd love to. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
What do you think? In a verse and a chorus?
Whatever you.
Think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I didn't know how long you wanted me to go.
Yeah. However long you want.
Unless we gong you, you know,
Yeah.
if we don't like it, we'll be like, okay, that's enough. Next question.
Well, this one is called "Bet on Me," and it's a poker song. It's kind of like my take of like a poker song in a way. Well, poker terms in a song, I should say. My family, well, my mom specifically, she grew up playing and gambling and stuff with her dad taught her and stuff. So kind of inspired by that, but also telling I don't know. We'll circle back to that.
Okay.
I'll let the lyrics out.
I'll let the lyrics speak for themselves. Already fooled you once, don't think I won't do it twice. I'm playing my wild card because I don't know where you'll be tonight. You try to hide what you're looking for, but maybe I can see right through. Think you're good at bluffing, boy, but I think I know you better than you. Place your bet on me. Say again you're gonna win on me. I think we both know how this one ends. Yeah, I'm calling your bluff. Yeah, you're not so tough. I know what's coming, it ain't enough. Place your bet on me. There's just a little bit of it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
You gotta. I've been so sick. I have been sick for 2 weeks. With all this allergies and cold weather.
Yeah, me too. I've been sick for about 3, so. So tell
That song, Place Your Bet on Me.
Well, I don't gamble, so I mean, I play the lottery. So, tell us who some of your influences are. I'm curious because you were saying something about singing CCR. So, who else you got?
Yeah, I let's say definitely Miranda Lambert when I was especially when I was younger growing up. It's actually like the person that I would put on my little fake concerts too, like singing. I would be like singing her songs.
Yeah.
Carrie Underwood was also a big one growing up. Now I'd have to say like for writing and like style would definitely be Lainey Wilson.
Okay.
I love her style of writing and what she like the stories behind her music and how she like conveys them like through her music. Men wise, definitely love good old Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kenny Chesney. There's just too many. That question has always got me. I'm just always like, yes, I have them, but also it's like it all changes. It all changes sometimes. Just depends on exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah, understood. So, how hard was it to transition from piano to guitar?
There was a pretty decent gap in between the two. Like I think I only took piano maybe for a year. I mean, I would still like teach myself and sit at home, but guitar, I actually didn't start playing the guitar until I was, I want to say 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was a few years, yeah. So now you're learning to play the fiddle?
Yes, I'm learning.
How's that going?
I will not show you guys that because it will hurt your ears.
How long have you been doing that?
Oh, just about 4 months now.
Oh, okay. So relatively recently. So, are you thinking it's just going to be an extension of songwriting, or I mean,
Yeah, and with like shows, I was thinking it'd be pretty cool to play this at some of my shows.
yeah, sure. Are you, so you're graduating college soon? I mean, what are your plans after that? I mean, are you gonna
Well,
like move to Nashville?
yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Yeah.
I actually I think well, I'm not gonna make any drastic changes on moving anywhere
Mm-hmm.
until I've built a name for myself,
Right.
other places. But that's my goal. I wanna get my name out there. I wanna travel with music and I just explore a little bit and see where my music can take me, especially in other states like Tennessee and Texas, and might have some things set up in Montana and stuff, and Florida for sure.
Oh,
So
cool.
I don't know, just trying to get my name out there.
So are you playing out around town in Georgetown? Is that where you are?
I there's a couple places in Georgetown that I play, but Lexington is a big area. Well, Lexington
Yeah.
and Louisville for
Yep.
me right now. I play a lot in Louisville and Lexington.
Yeah. All right, Kat. What else you got?
So you have won a songwriting contest and been to Nashville. So tell us about that experience. What song did you enter, and what was it like to win?
Well, I the song that was entered was "Get Me Every Time," and it's actually it's not out. No one's ever heard it unless they've heard me play it live before.
Hmm.
um,
Oh,
but yeah, I don't know. I was very, very, very shocked. It was my first year going to the Josies, and I was like, well, I just one, it was great to just meet people, and I think that's honestly what I came into it thinking. I was like, if anything, this is just an awesome chance to make new friends and maybe find people to co-write songs with and expand on my knowledge a little bit more. Well, I have to admit, I thought that when they called my name, I didn't think it was because I had like won an award. I thought it was because the people were getting like recognized, like the people in the names that were in the category were all getting read.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went up there, and then they were like, "Well, you guys can say something about." I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" But then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to say something."
Surprise.
No, but I did. I got there, but it was good practice because I was like, dang, I was like, from not knowing that I won something to. No, but it was a great experience, and I had a lot of fun. I was very, very, very proud, and my mom was very proud. Right before that, there was like a raffle, and I actually won a guitar. It was the guitar I just played a second ago,
Wow.
but I was in the bathroom, and they called my number, so my mom had to go up there and get it. She had. It was so funny because they actually have a picture of her holding the guitar on their website.
wow.
That's funny.
But no, I was very humbled and honored to receive an award for my songwriting because I mean I do put a lot of hard work into it, and just for other people to see that was kind of awesome.
So how do you know, like, as you think over, the next 30, 40, whatever years of your career, how will you know when you've made it? Like, what is that benchmark, or do you have one yet?
I don't I don't I don't think I have one because I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I don't know. I don't think that I'm ever gonna be. There's always gonna be something I can do better and achieve that's higher than.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like I wouldn't even have one. I feel like I'm just gonna keep going until I just can't anymore, I guess.
So do you think about like playing the Opry and all that?
Oh yeah. Well, that's where those awards were.
Oh. Wow.
The Josies took place at the Grand Ole Opry the second night, and I won my award the first night, so I actually didn't get to stand on the stage, but a lot of people did. When they accepted their awards, they got to stand on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, and
Mm.
I mean, I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a dream. Like, I want to sing up there. Like, I actually, I want to sing up there. I gotta at least get to that goal.
Yeah, there you go. There's one.
All right, you need to meet Alex Miller. Do you already know Alex?
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
We've had him on the podcast.
Yeah, he was on Idol too, I think, wasn't he, Kat?
Yes. Okay, that name. Yes, I believe I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's very interesting always to talk to young artists and see what their dreams are. And I guess so. I've asked this question to like a lot of different people, but what are 3 songs that like personally, mean something to you? And it could be, whatever, but just 3 songs that just will always have some kind of special to you.
Okay. Well, I would say We Dared the Lightning. My mom would listen to it all the time in the car. And then House That Built Me, because that was one of the first songs that I ever sang when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And
The pressure's on when there's only one left.
I'm actually like gonna scroll on my playlist right now. I'm just kidding. Shoot. I'm just gonna say one that means a lot to me now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love the song "What Are You on Fire About?" It's by Ashley Cook.
Okay.
Well, that is a good question. Even if it's a song title, what are you on fire about as you get ready to graduate from college? And
I think I am just so excited to. I feel like, yes, I've started my life like I'm living, but I feel like my life is just starting. I feel like that there's just so many opportunities that now that I'm not like tied down to like having to sit at class, and I wouldn't trade the experience for the world. I mean, I've enjoyed my college time, but just not having that responsibility of school. It comes with other responsibilities, don't get me wrong, but I think that I'm just very excited, and I'm looking forward to what not being in school and what my music career has to offer.
Well, certainly it has been a very interesting interview, and I love this song that you performed for us. So for the listeners, if they want to hear more of you, where do we need to direct them?
Yeah, so Instagram, Savannah Dean Music, and Facebook is Savannah Dean Reeves Music. So it's all almost the same. I tried at least. You know how sometimes they just don't let you keep your name.
Yeah.
But then my website is Savannah Dean Music as well.
Awesome.
So, but you can find all the streaming platforms.
Great. Well, we hope to, have you back as a guest in a year or so and see how the real world and adulting and all of that, like your new life.
Life after college.
That would be awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I hope I made it a little.
Yeah, this interview has been like a year or more in the making because I think we had tried to get you on like a long time ago, and for
Yeah.
whatever reason we couldn't work it out. But now you're here.
Well, I've enjoyed talking to you guys.
Yeah, you as well.
Likewise.
Come back anytime and see us. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can send those to Kat at iWritePlays@outlook.com, or you can write to me at backstorysessions@gmail.com or matt@level11ventures.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.